Yo YouTube, le tour sur l'île de Mêlée pour aller sur l'île aux singes. Alors, nous faut un balai pour devenir mou.
Hey, watch it!
Ah bon? Oh, pour devenir mousse. On essaye de devenir mousse. Comment attraper le balai? Oh, à nouveau.
Hi, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Je dois avouer que l'endroit est assez différent du souvenir que j'en
Yeah, the
ai.
place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate
Ouais,
leaders.
ces salopards.
All their highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
Tu veux venir avec moi
I'm gonna
chercher
find the
le
secret of
secret
Monkey
du
Island.
singe?
Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up.
Ah,
That
le
only
fameux
the
Stan.
gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Parle-moi de
Tell
Loom.
me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Ok, pourquoi tu n'enlèves pas ton badge? Demandez-moi de parler de Loom.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body has fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Allez,
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Bon, on assiste.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine.
Ah, il a vite la faire,
The
hein.
latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty. Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic. Stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and
Je
magic
crois que j'en ai
spells. Eat
déjà
the
entendu
rush.
parler de Loom.
Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes.
Now get lost.
Fan service.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Pas les connards là. Non. Il me faut le balai. Disparaître subrepticement avec la serpillère.
I said not to touch that. You don't use someone else's mop.
Why not?
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
Bâton. Bâton
The
cheveux.
wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree, a tree uniquely suited to the handles of mops. Carve your handle from a limb of that tree.
D'accord.
Any questions?
Comment je peux trouver l'arbre? Parce qu'il y a la forêt, mais c'est un labyrinthe.
I can't tell you exactly where it is because this is your own personal journey.
Comment trouver l'arbre?
Remind me how to find the mop
serpillère?
handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is because
Quel
What
type
kind
de
of
bois
wood is the tree?
s'agit-il?
that is something you must discover for yourself.
Ça m'avance beaucoup, hein? Pour l'extrémité de
head
la
of the mop?
serpillère.
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Je peux pas acheter
Are
une
you
serpillère?
sure I can't just buy a mop? Yours, for example.
No, you've got to make one. Trust me on this.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop.
Alors, est-ce que je peux lui détourner l'attention, l'inspecteur
I think I hear
sanitaire?
the health inspector.
What?
Et là, il pète
Where?
les plombs et
Just
puis...
kidding.
Putain.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks. Will do.
Ah, c'est con, hein, parce que j'aurais bien aimé...
Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Yes.
J'aurais bien aimé... Merde. Lui voler sa serpillère. Salut,
I'm
pirate.
gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Re-elect Governor Carla. She's tough on toughness.
Ouais,
Hi
bro.
again. Oh, those new pirate leaders are real jerks. They laughed at me, and they won't fund my expedition. Why didn't you warn me?
Would you have listened?
Of course. Okay, no, probably not.
Parle-moi de la forêt.
I'm thinking about going on LeChuck's expedition after all.
I'm glad to hear you decided to patch things up.
No, he doesn't want me on the ship. I'm blacklisted. I'm gonna have to go in disguise.
These Shakespearean comedies just write themselves.
See anything interesting out there?
Change.
The future.
Are those the names of ships? All I can see.
It's what I named my cataracts.
Huh.
Hein. Alors, on est chaud, tranquille. Musée, palais. Où est-ce que je peux trouver une map? La rue basse, la rue haute. Je sais plus comment on trouve le chemin. Je sais qu'il y a un truc à faire. Oh putain, il se passe des trucs. Ils vont se barrer.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done! Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed! Wait! Let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
Oh, mais on va devoir se déguiser aussi. Est-ce qu'il n'y a pas un livre dans ta bibliothèque? Elle est où?
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Presser l'éponge. Ah!
The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station. Does not include Secret of Monkey Island. Oh. Can I borrow a book?
Va me dire non.
You never brought back the last book. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but I need more.
Putain. Et là, je peux pas...
I've seen that same painting on a box of frozen, and Elaine told me that's Lauder Neckbeard, second governor of Melee Island. His overly strict morals and overly lax regulatory policies.
Ouais, on s'en fout. Il me faut une carte, il me faut un déguisement. Et là, il me faut aussi un truc pour le numéro de série. Qu'est-ce qu'elle a, la vieille?
Hey, Guybrush!
Hey, kid.
Guybrush.
You look like you're having a good time. That's nice.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door.
Bah merci. C'était... C'est sympa. Ils sont au truc de mini.
Employees only. It seems to be stuck closed.
Est-ce qu'ils sont revenus? Oh oui, il est revenu. Oh putain.
Hey, Wally?
Well, look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
T'aurais pas une carte maintenant au secret de l'île aux singes?
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Non.
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
I'm looking
Serpillère.
for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys? Been a while since I made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
Ouais, bah il faut que je trouve un morceau de bois.
You have a lot of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all. A little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was. Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
The town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps. So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right.
Qu'est-ce que je suis
for
censé faire?
Wally.
Voler son monocle.
Bye.
Et ça,
I didn't know you
comment
made
je peux lui
globes too.
voler?
I don't. This is for reference. It's got all the latest continents.
Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
I appreciate that Wally hasn't traded it in for a new model just because it's been around the block once or twice. I feel very strongly about that for some reason. They're like glasses, only way less convenient. Ooh, look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
Oh, please take one. I use them to promote my business. See, it says maps and more on the edge.
Thanks.
Oh, mais c'était gratuit. Ben voilà.
Wally, can I have one of these maps?
Absolutely. If you pay for it.
Never mind. This map shows both sides of the globe.
It's twice the value.
This must be Trouser Island.
Actually, Mr. Threepwood, it's...
Yep, Trouser Island. It's a map on a fan. What'll they think of next? I had a map like this once, but I sailed left. It's maps wrapped in maps. I didn't know you could do that. That looks like a treacherous voyage. It says, rating, Cursed Black Diamond. The first rule of piracy is, never buy a used treasure map. Hey Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby. Ooh, this one looks nice. How much is it?
Oh, that one? Too much.
Good old mazes. Can't get enough mazes.
Ouais.
Somewhat understated and somewhat overpriced. Huh, never seen one of those before. I try to steer clear of sea monsters myself.
Les monstres marins de One Piece.
Hey Wally, what's in these boxes?
Maps.
Maps. Bon. On a le monocle. Tip top.
Hey, Guybrush!
Et broche. Putain, regardez-moi Stan. Il a vraiment la tête
They
du
say the
vendeur
only
de
real
voitures
prison is
d'occasion
the one in your
américain.
head. But take it from me, that's a load of barnacles.
I can read the serial number. I'll write it down so I don't forget.
Ça tombe bien que ce soit juste à côté.
Hi there.
Oh yeah,
Bonjour.
hello again. Tell me again about how to...
You?
No, no.
It's pretty...
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything.
Ah, il est là. Ok.
This is the number for the jail cell lock. This is the
Mais
number for
lis-le.
the jail cell lock.
Ah, tu veux pas?
Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. Good choice on the lock. These are really sturdy. It's the same kind they use over at the jail.
Oh, wow. What a coincidence. I had no idea.
Putain, j'ai même pas payé en plus.
Hey, Guybrush! Hey, kid!
Hey, Gabrouche.
Word of advice, kid. Stick to the narrow straits.
Otis, the authorities have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not mention their name should any awkward questions be asked. Good luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
Alors, je vais sauvegarder parce que je vais tenter de le libérer aussi. Et on va voir ce qu'il va me dire.
No thanks, I'm about to be acquitted. Escaping looks bad.
I'll stay on this side of the bars, just in case.
Ah, c'est con, il me donne rien. Putain,
Jail is like a bad breakfast.
je pensais avoir un cadeau quand même. T'as d'autres conseils, mamie?
Things.
D'accord.
What's new, guys?
Not much, but be sure to come see.
Est-ce qu'il est venu là? Oui, non?
Hi.
C'est qui
Are
lui?
you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week. I don't know what it's called, but it was sort of, you know, a hot food.
Yeah, but I'm not...
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Up to it!
Right away, sir.
C'est tout?
Waiter, I can't just bring me what the governor...
Of course, sir.
Ouais, mais je m'en fous. Mec!
You look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse, Marlin is here.
Who?
The customer I have nightmares about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but He makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called or know what's in it or even remember what color it was. He says he thinks it has ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
Look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
I do know a great stew recipe for monkey heads, but I can't think about that right now.
If I brought you a recipe,
Je voulais le
could you make
balai.
it?
Of course, I'm a cook. See the hat?
I'll see what I can find out.
Bon, bah, on va chez le gouverneur. Oh. Ah, quoi? Ah, il y a une table là. On va débloquer un autre truc plus tard. Ah, la corde, je sais pas quoi elle va me servir. Peut-être pour, si j'ai un bateau, me faire de l'encre. Gouverneur. Qu'est-ce qu'il a mangé, le monsieur? Allez, cours. Bonjour.
Well, I've come for a recipe. A dish you served at a recent function. It's been described as hot and having ingredients in it. Ring any bells?
I do host plenty of functions, but I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Ça m'avance beaucoup, merci. Admirer. C'était ouvert le musée, je ne sais plus. Oui, il me semble que c'était visiter le musée.
Hi there.
Ah non, c'était pas ouvert.
Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Thanks.
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melee Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Authenticity is our watchword and our pledge. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
What's the significance of the peg leg?
That belonged to the infamous Peg Leg Patty. She used to hide a spare cutlass in it, in case of capture. Sadly, that's the reason she's no longer with us.
That's a nice oar.
The one with the coffin, yeah. The coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
Bien sûr.
Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here, on Melee.
Il est con, j'ai pas
Tell me
remarqué.
about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
J'ai la lunette un peu ça. Il a mis la paperasse avec la bougie.
What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter, written by Elaine Marley, while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know. It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy #1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important.
Oh, il y a tellement de trucs.
Eye patch worn by Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces.
On va pouvoir carotter un livre, je
What can you
pense.
tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection.
Je vais le rendre à
It belonged
l'autre
to
et je vais en
Captain
emprunter
John
un.
Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on though, and nothing happened.
What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It was found in the Malay jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
How on earth do you have that note?
Oh, yeah. That's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her. Not that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
This is absurd. It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine.
Je me fais rue. Oh non, même pas. Boîte de biscuits. Hop. Oh putain, va falloir que je fasse gaffe aux cartes pour les cartes à quiz.
Some assembly required.
Merde, j'ai l'habitude d'appuyer sur échappe pour sauvegarder. Quiz. Et Lane. Bravo.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
No kidding? Wow! Are you named after Guybrush Threepwood?
I guess you could say that.
Nice.
I'm going to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, that's excellent! Super retro. If you need a place to display it, I know a convenient museum.
Your museum is quaint.
Thanks. It's been a personal passion of mine. I'm nuts about old-timey pirate stuff.
Old-timey?
Being around it really makes you feel like you're a part of something. Doesn't it?
I am part of something.
Exactly.
Une carte
Do
de
you
la
have maps
forêt.
of the forest here?
No, that's not really what we do. Try the map shop in town?
Pardon.
Are any of these things valuable?
Tout
The
a de la
security
valeur.
parrot isn't just here to look piratey. John Laney's eye patch is irreplaceable. It's the highlight of the collection. Amazingly, I got it at a yard sale. They didn't know what they had.
Trouvé Eurecat.
Tell me about that newsletter.
The pirate. We publish pirate news. All things piratey, really.
Ouais.
I see you wear a peg leg, despite having both of your original legs.
Just part of the docent's outfit for the tourists. Kids always want to try it on.
That's charming and creepy at the same time.
This is a museum for people who think attacking.
Touché.
Ouais,
I'll have a look around.
Please do.
Il y a une serrure.
Well, the numbers are a little clearer, but still too tiny to read.
Ah bon?
It doesn't fit.
What? Is something wrong?
Well, I was just wiping a smudge off the glass.
Oh, all right. But be careful. Guard parrots are attack trained.
It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. Especially fortified. It doesn't seem interested. The display case is locked. There's some very tiny writing on it.
Il me faut son super monocle à l'autre.
Well, the numbers are a little...
Il faut son super monocle. Bon, bah on avance doucement, c'est sympa. C'est cool. Basse.
Hey, Wally. Tell me...
Just bring me a sliver of the wood.
Bye.
Je peux pas voir ton truc.
Better to have one for each eye.
If you say so.
If one monocle is good, two is better.
Eh ben oui, c'était con. Voilà. Je m'en doutais que ça allait être simple. Putain. Je pensais voler son truc là, sa loupe d'œil là, mais pas du tout en fait.
Ah, crystal clear.
Crystal
I'll just
clear.
write that down.
Alors, est-ce qu'il va falloir faire preuve de rapidité? Ouvrir. Le perroquet va s'enflammer. Donner le biscuit. Mais qu'est-ce que je fais?
Welcome back.
Bonjour. J'aimerais avoir une clé gratuite.
Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. This will be for a high-end display case. You a collector?
Yeah. Stamps. Pirate Times. Editor Conrad Lee. Ready to publish your unrecognized genius.
Je vais le foutre dans la sauce à mon avis, lui, avec sa carte de visite.
Whoa! That's not supposed to be unlocked. I'd better fold this and put it in storage. Then I can figure out what's wrong with the lock. Looking good. I like this.
Especially fortified for the health.
That's folded. That'll do, Parrot. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the museum while I figure out what's going on with my display case lock.
Oh non.
Welcome back. I checked the display case and it seems fine, so we're open for business again.
That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. It doesn't seem interested.
Tiens, qu'est-ce que je peux faire?
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Il y a un truc à faire. Si j'ouvre, il va péter un câble. Le problème, c'est que le biscuit, il veut pas de biscuit.
It doesn't seem interested. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many. It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. Tell me again about the wanted post.
That is the early.
Est-ce que je foutrais pas des verres dans les biscuits? Est-ce que je rentre dans la foule?
Warning. The dark forest ahead. A classic specimen of Alata needleus, a carnivorous vascular dicot known for its tasteful coloration, slight wiggle. Ew. I'm hopelessly lost without a map.
Ça reste booba. Tu peux me reparler au fait la recette?
I can't. Just bring me what.
Of course, sir. Would you make crackers if I gave you some cracker mix?
That stuff is strictly for home and office use. We pros don't touch it.
Oh, tu fais chier, sérieux.
Would you make crackers if I gave you some cracker mix?
That stuff is strictly for home and office use. We pros don't touch it.
Tu veux mettre dans la soupe? Qu'est-ce que t'en penses de l'éponge? Je sais pas. Je sais pas vraiment. Oh, on a avancé un peu. Hein.
They're having a half off sale.
Est-ce que ça lèche lui parle ou est-ce que je peux acheter des trucs? Ah. Oh.
Green, half off. Blue, half off. Yellow, half off. Orange, aren't you glad you're here? The curtains are for sale too?
Everything goes.
It's an unusual safe with 5 keyholes.
Alas, the safe is not for sale. It has been placed with me for safekeeping.
I'd need a lot of keys to open that. The scroll work is nice, but there are no numbers here. The scroll work is nice, but there are no numbers here. A crystal. Yeah, this isn't that kind of game. Everything's spilled out of it in a puddle. Not for me. It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair. I didn't know these were...
They're not.
Statue, panier, panier. Un cadeau!
You do gift wrapping?
We're out of wrapping paper, unless you'd like it wrapped in the skin of a lizard.
No thanks. This is a neat symbol. What does it mean?
That used to contain magical disguise.
Yeah, it's too bad you're sold out. A magic disguise.
There's always the famous eye patch of John Laney at the museum. I'm sure the magic has worn off by now, but I believe I could restore its abilities.
Ouais, mais c'est bien, mais hein?
All my
Can't you at least wait until I say what I'm thinking? It's creepy.
C'est bien, mais
I've always been impressed by your chair.
Thank you.
What's cooking?
The Feast of Knowledge.
Do you know more about this John Laney guy with the eye patch?
Captain John Laney was renowned as the pirate
Faut
of
que
a
je distrais le
thousand
perroquet.
faces. It was said that he could fool his best friend with nothing more than an eye patch. That legend is true, but only because the eye patch he used was filled with much voodoo magic. The eye patch still exists. It is on display at the Museum of Pirate Lore here on Melee Island. If an enterprising person such as yourself were to liberate it and bring it here,
Bah oui, c'est ce que j'essaye de faire,
most
madame.
likely get it working again.
Got it. Thanks. Is this the year when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us. But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh, okay. Karina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
I'll get back to browsing the shop.
Act fast.
Ah, pause, il y a maman qui... Ouais, on m'appelle, pardon. Oh, vous avez rien vu, hein, mais c'était pas la maman, en fait, c'était...
An empty basket. I should have gotten here last month. How much for the safe?
It is not for sale at any price.
Moi, je veux...
I'd need a lot of keys to open that.
Pourquoi il veut pas l'ouvrir? Est-ce que ça marche?
This key doesn't fit.
Pas de numéro de série.
This key doesn't fit. The scrollwork is nice, but there are no numbers here.
J'ai vu que c'était écrit mot. Ah, sortir.
The scrollwork is nice, but there are no numbers
Putain.
here. Someone's very excited I'm looking. The scrollwork is nice. Pointy.
It is a non-magic.
What's this thing?
It's a forgive. When no apology will do, give the forgiveness frog. It's like a card, only much better because it's a frog.
I've never heard of that before.
No comment. It works. Trust me.
J'ai besoin.
I'll take this forgiveness frog.
It can help someone forgive even very old transgressions.
Merci. Je sais à qui l'a donné. Gouverneur, Karala.
This is for you.
You're giving me a frog?
It's a forgiveness frog, for when words aren't enough.
You haven't even bothered to write anything personal on this frog. That's just rude. I reject your frog.
Dear Carla, sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I realize that you are tough on toughness. And everybody says how nice you are. Please accept my humblest apology. I promise to do better in the future.
Ah ouais, ça a l'air cool. Arrête, viens ici. Ça a l'air cool comme excuse.
This is for you.
Dear Carla, this is a nice sentiment, and it looks like you even know something about me. One thing. You can do better. I reject your frog.
Il manque un truc.
Dear Carla, sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I realize that you are tough on toughness. And everybody says how nice you are. Please accept my humblest apology. You scare the heck out of me.
Pas sûr.
This
La
is for you.
traduction anglaise, je pensais je tremble parce que je te vois, je suis amoureux et tout ça.
Dear Carl, this is a nice sentiment, and it looks like you one thing. I reject your.
Putain, il manque un truc. Qu'est-ce que je... Qu'est-ce que je pourrais mettre au sujet de Carola? Dur avec la dureté? Ouais. C'est quoi qui me manque?
Dear Carla, sorry
Le
for
livre,
losing the
ouais.
book I borrowed.
Ça c'est écrit sur les affiches,
tough on
donc
toughness.
je pense que c'est bon. Je dis toujours aux gens que je sais que tu es bien plus gentil que les gens me disent.
And I know
Peut-être
you're
ça.
really nicer than people say you are. Please accept my humblest apology.
Est-ce que... Mais si c'était pas vraiment ma faute, je suis pas sûr. Faudrait que je l'essaye après. Faudrait que je l'essaye.
This is for you.
Dear, this is a nice one. I reject.
Ah!
Dear Carla, sorry for
Le
losing.
livre.
I
La
realize.
dureté pour moi c'est juste. J'avais mis lequel?
And I always please accept. Even though it. This is for.
Dear, not really your
Ah.
fault. This isn't an apology. It's an excuse. I reject your.
Alors on a pratiquement juste. Faut pas dire que c'était pas ma faute.
Dear Carla. Sorry for losing the book. I realized. And I always tell people, please accept. I promise to do better.
Il manque un truc. Je sais pas. Je sens que ça
This
va pas
is
être
for
bon.
Dear, this is a nice sentiment. One thing. You can do better. I reject your.
Putain. Il manque un truc.
Ugh, looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done. Edgy.
Qu'est-ce que ça pourrait être?
Dear Carla. Sorry for... I realized... And I know you're really not... Please accept... I promise to...
Je te promets de faire mieux à l'avenir. Pour moi, ça a l'air bien. Il y a un truc qui...
This is for you.
Il y a un truc qui m'échappe.
Dear Carl, what's this about forgetting my birthday? I'm pretty sure not the real one anyway. I reject your...
Date d'anniversaire, c'est... Il manque un truc, hein. C'est lequel, je sais pas.
Dear Carla. Sorry for...
On va tester ça.
And I know you're... Please accept... I promise to do better. This is for you.
Dear Carl, what's this about blowing me? Anyway, I don't know why you're apologizing. I reject...
Bon. Est-ce que à la personne qui n'ira?
To whom it... Sorry for losing the book.
No.
With fear. This is for you.
À mon avis, c'est pas bon.
This frog isn't even addressed to me. I don't know. I reject your...
Bon, bah on a quasi juste depuis le début, mais il y a un truc que je capte pas, je sais pas c'est lequel. Cher Carla, bien sûr.
Dear Carla. Sorry for losing the book I borrowed.
Ça c'est sûr. La dureté. C'est bon, c'est très bien.
And I know you're... Please accept. I've implemented a...
Système de rappel, non.
This is for you.
Dear Carl, this is a nice sentiment. One thing I reject.
Je sais pas où j'ai faux, hein.
Dear Carla. Sorry
Le
for
livre c'est bon. La dure avec la dureté.
And I always... Please accept. I promise to do... This is for you.
Il y a un truc qui va pas... Je sais pas c'est lequel.
Dear Carl, this is a nice one thing. I reject your...
Je pense que tu peux faire mieux que ça.
It's a lot of work being governor.
Je sais pas ce que ça pourrait être, putain.
Dear Carla.
Carla, ça c'est juste. Le livre c'est bon. La dureté c'est bon. Tout le monde, je sais que tu viens plus jeune. Ah, c'est un des trois, mais lequel?
And I know you're... Please accept. You scare the heck... This is for you.
Dear Carl, this is a nice sentiment. One I reject.
Oh, mais sérieux, on va y arriver, merde.
Dear Carl. Sorry for losing... I realize that you are... And I know you're really... Please accept... I promise... This is for you.
Dear, this is a nice scent. One, I reject your...
Il y a un truc qui va pas.
Can we try?
Dear Carla, this is a night. One, I reject.
Il doit y avoir des indices quelque part.
Looks sort of like an eye. I think it's a chandelier.
All keys are gold. It's the...
Looks like a volcano island with horns that... The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine. Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises. It doesn't look finished. Honoring Melee Island's 27th governor, Carla the Swordmaster, for her heroic actions at Port Elizabeth. The problem with this statue is it's not a statue of Elaine, the best ever governor of Melee. Re-elect governor. She's tough on toughness. I'm gonna find...
Don't sound much...
Tout le monde s'en branle. Je vais peut-être débloquer un nouveau truc.
Dear Carla, sorry for... I realize that you are tough on... As shown by your actions at Port Elizabeth, please accept... I promise...
Voilà. Bravo. Putain, c'était juste la plaque à la con à lire. Je pensais que je l'avais fait au début du jeu. Salut. Non. Merci.
This is for you.
Dear Carla, I'm impressed, Guybrush. Surprisingly thoughtful. Considering it's you, I'm strangely moved to forgive you for losing my book. And I'll treasure this frog as a memento of the time you did something right.
Can I borrow this?
Dis-moi pas non.
You cook like a cow.
That's why I need the cookbook.
Oh, all right. I was upset after you lost the last one, but you seemed genuine.
Thanks. I won't let you down. I'll definitely return. It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty.
Je vais ramener ça au cuistot et puis je vais aller dîner souper. Mais non, pas dîner souper, c'est le matin. Je vais aller déjeuner. Et puis on se verra tout à l'heure. Ah non, il me faut le livre de Madison. J'ai compris.
I found this at the governor.
Aha! The mystery dish must be in there. I have no idea which one it'll be, so I'll just have to make them all. Thanks, Guybrush.
Ah! Oh putain! Non.
Keep your hands off my mop.
Putain, je voulais retirer le bois.
Brilliant innovation. This will
Is he?
be. Yup.
Can I ask you again about the mop I need?
Sure.
Never mind.
Now, where was I? Seems like a lot, but okay. He'll never complain again. Ingredients indeed. 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon.
It's the cook's old mop.
Coming along nicely.
Nice hat pin.
It's the emblem of a secret society I belong to.
Really?
Don't.
Yeah, it's filled with nasty-looking water.
Oops.
Would you make crackers if I gave you some cracker mix?
That stuff is strictly for home. Do I really have to salt it so often?
It's It's Carla's copy of Ingredient. Are you done with the cookbook? I'd like it back.
I'm still using 16 cups in a gallon.
Putain, je vais me faire...
Are you sure I...
The mop.
You must run a tight.
Go bot.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
I'm sure the...
Je vais me faire reprendre, je sais pas comment partir d'ici.
Keep you.
Bon, bah merci tous, on verra plus tard qu'est-ce qu'on va faire. À la prochaine, bye.